and daughters, welcome back to the Winchester Report, a Southgate Media Group podcast dedicated to all things related to supernatural over on the CW. I am Lilith, and joining me is
Jenny, and today we are hunting wabbits.
Wascally Wabbits.
Wascally wabbits that kill people.
Yikes. So the name of this episode is Plush, and that has a negative connotation for me. I'm gathering the networks wouldn't let them go with furries, so
Yeah. Because that's a pretty large community who would sue.
Probably. So yeah. So right then and there, I knew I probably wasn't gonna like this episode. The synopsis is Sheriff Donna calls on Sam and Dean to help on a case involving people driven to murder after donning costumes. Our monster is a vengeful spirit. We really don't know when this is, except for after the last time that we saw the boys. Love when they don't give us a good timeline. And the location was Cottage Grove, Minnesota. Of course, don't you know, G. Willikers.
It was nice to see Donna Summers again, and I am terrible at Minnesota accents. Remind me to never try that again.
Right? It's so hard. What I'm about to say is a little controversial, but
Hello, I'm Carrie Turkin, and I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Sorry, speech and debate teacher.
I don't like Sheriff Donna. I'd rather have Sheriff Jody.
Wouldn't we all?
So, Mama Rhodes, you need to, who do we need to talk to? Agents, managers, whatever. I'm missing my Sheriff Jody, so.
We're all missing having a strong female character.
I love the actress, don't get me wrong, but it's just the character of Sheriff Donna. It's just very, I don't know, grating. So I almost didn't watch, but I was like, oh yeah, I do a podcast about this. I need to. So I literally just got done watching it for the second time, and my feelings haven't changed. So I'm going to do my best here. No cast again. Not even a mention. That's awesome. Sarcasm.
Oh, no cast. Sarcasm.
So right
that
then
was a
there,
terrible pun.
Yeah, we're just gonna gloss over it. It's okay. I mean, the way this episode opened, I'm just like literally 15 minutes. I was just like, nothing's happening. That's not even creepy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it took 30 minutes, didn't it, to get into the actual case?
Yeah, and I think at like 15 minutes, it was a scary Harlequin.
Yeah, but not... I mean, the real Harley Quinn's more creepy than that.
Darn it, I was about to do a Harley Quinn joke.
Hiya, Pudding! There's no Mr. J in this episode, so that would have spiced things.
Oh, what happened to Mr. J?
Love it. Clowns freak me out just a bit, and that clown was really creepy. And then it had a creepy old man underneath it.
Yeah. Also, due to the fact that vengeful spirit was an accused child molester.
I was like, what is this, Freddy Krueger?
Gacy. I was gonna say John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, that too, and I'm just like, what in the world? What are you doing? I think a lot of this has to do with the writers. I'm not a huge fan of the writing team of Eric Carmelo and Nicole Snyder, especially since they've come back. So, like, the dialogue was bad, the pacing was terrible. And no offense to the Jays, I don't even think they like this episode because they were not putting their heart and soul into this.
Yeah, and you can tell. You can tell the difference between episodes that they say that they've liked and this. Because this just felt really filler.
I mean,
even more filler than the average filler.
It was so paper thin. I was just like, at least let Amara be behind this. Nope.
And she wasn't.
mention of the cage, just a mention of her and God and what they're gonna do. That's it. Just to fill out the episode. No big deal. Yeah. I keep saying I want old school Supernatural, right? And it's like they're trying their damnedest to give it to me. You know, we got Dean saying this isn't our kind of case, and I'm like, dude, it is always your kind of case. Um, you know, they try to give us like these classic kind of iconic moments, and they just for a lot of the times fall flat. You know, we've gotten the EMF reader. This is like twice in the like last 3 episodes or whatever. It's just I don't know. Ooh, you know, we even got the rock salt. We haven't seen that in a while. And I was just like, you're just gonna blow the kid's head off? Okay. I'm with you, Donna. Ugh.
Yes.
Just
Burn the heads.
and they really did. Like I totally understood what Sheriff Donna was saying. She seemed really incompetent with all these people getting away. And I'll be surprised if she has her job the next time we see her. And how come she's not with Sheriff Jody being a hunter? I thought that was the plan. Wasn't that the plan?
People go back on plans. I know this all too well.
And we got another Doug? Like, oh my God. Please stop.
Stop it with the people named Doug.
The only Doug I like is Doug Benson. Or Doug Funny. I'm old, sorry.
And I just have yet to like anyone named Doug. Or Jim. Nobody likes you, Jim.
He doesn't even go here, so it's okay. Yeah. I don't know, the vengeful spirit felt like the canon felt a bit off or something. Like I just couldn't put my finger on it what it was about this episode that it just didn't feel like Supernatural. It felt like a parody of Supernatural almost.
And that's what happens when you have that writing team try to give us old Supernatural.
I mean, they were around for the good old days, is what I don't understand. I mean, at this point, I would have took a dab episode. Just, I don't know. I tried to find some bright spots. There just really weren't any. Like, this is just my least favorite episode to date of the season. I mean, they were off to such a strong start, and now that old, when Jeremy Carver first got back into town, Supernatural is rearing its ugly head, and I just hope that they recover next week. Because last week it was like, okay, another filler, kind of, sort of. We're chasing our tails and we're walking and we're walking. Don't touch that.
Just don't put that mask on.
I mean, the teenagers in this episode, I would be so offended. Like, everybody was an idiot. Are you offended?
I am offended. I am offended. And I bet if my boyfriend got a chance to watch this, he would have been offended too.
Yeah. And I can't believe that Sam would even waste the holy water.
Yeah, Sam. You know better than that. It's been 11 seasons.
I mean, we didn't even really get any good brother bonding time. Like, I don't even know what we even had an episode for.
Because they need 23 episodes a season.
Do we really now? I mean, we've got the sweet syndication deal with TNT. We're always trending on Netflix. Do we really need to drag the story out every season from now until I'm dead, probably, for 23 episodes? I mean, at this point, it's time to start reevaluating things.
Or stop having those two writers work as a team. Because I have a feeling that if different people wrote this, it would have turned out better.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when Dab and Laughlin were a writing team, I just didn't like anything they did together. And when Dab got separated from Laughlin, I actually found out that Dab does have it in him to write good episodes. So, or switch it up. Like one of my favorite TV shows is The Flash, and they switch up. I mean, they have writing teams all the time, but they switch them up. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what they need. I think the supernatural writers room at this point needs a good old fashioned shake up. We need new blood, younger blood, and we also need to switch up like the teams and stuff every now and then. So that's just my
More
opinion.
like generally more diverse blood.
Yes, yes. Diversity in a writer's room only helps having all, representations, ethnicities, ages, sexual orientations. It just, that way you don't come off as one dimensional. I mean, it's a show that's in its 11th season by the sheer force of the fans. Let's just be real. So
Yeah, I think they were actually originally going to cancel it after its first season, but the fans were like,
it was we had a
"No!"
struggle every up until season 6. Like season 6 was when they were just like, okay, if they're watching, we're putting it out until the Jays don't want to do it anymore. Is basically how that whole thing came about. So yeah, until they don't want to do it anymore, I'm gonna watch, but we have to do
And then
something
it
with these fillers.
Yeah, and then at that point when the Jays decide, "Hey, I'm too old for this." Their kids are probably going to be old enough to do it.
And I'm okay with that. And we can bring back Ben, and we can bring back Chrissy. Um, so we have other. I'm just saying we just need to work on this. These fillers are getting out of hand. Honestly, I don't. I mean, that's so nice. These are the nicest things I can say about that episode, and I'm just like kind of heartbroken. Do you have anything nice to say? Please say you have something nice to say.
It helps me come up with a lot of good jokes.
Okay, let's hear some jokes, Jenny. Have you been practicing all day?
No, because I've been nervous out of my mind. Because I'm pretty much spending the entire Thanksgiving break every other day with my boyfriend.
Oh, so the podcast gets put on hold. We see how it is, Jenny. Kidding. So, give us a joke. Lighten up the mood.
So, okay, serious. Okay, Sam's okay. Roger Rabbit, did you get framed? That wasn't good.
You know it's bad
I
when
was
Dean makes the face.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure I saw. Okay, yeah, I'm just putting off the jokes because I can't like exactly piece together the John Wayne Gacy one, and I don't want to go downstairs and grab my joke notes because that's gonna make a lot of noise. Because I'm just gonna be like running down the stairs holding my laptop.
That's funny. Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So when Dean makes the face, Sam, you know you need to work on it.
Yes. Dean's joke wasn't even that funny. A wild hair? Really?
That wasn't that bad, but then again, I have to live with my dad and his
Yeah, I was gonna
dad
say
joke.
that's a straight up dad joke. Straight up. And Dean, you don't have any kids at the moment.
Jensen has kids.
Yes, Jensen has kids, and if Jensen was telling that joke, I'd be okay with it.
And Dean did have a kid.
Yeah, let's not get into that. He's had several. Let's just be real. Ben was his. I don't care what anybody says. Ben is his. Oh,
And then there was the Amazonian.
yep. Man, we've killed off a lot of female characters. Or just plumb gotten rid of them. Anywho, let's.
Bring me back! And why am I about to fall on my cat?
Oh no. Let's just get into the review. No need to drag the rest of this out. Who was your favorite character?
my favorite character was Dean.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Why?
Because he recognized, Sam, you need to work on that. My joke wasn't even that great, and you need to work on that.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with Doug. Cause he is just like the complete outsider. Every choice they make, he's like, what the heck is going on? It's nice to have that kind of character every now and then. Favorite.
And I just don't like people named Doug or Jim. Like, Jim, you don't even go here.
You don't even like Jim Gordon from Gotham?
Yeah, he's okay.
You're hurting my heart.
I watch Gotham for the origin story accuracy.
Oh. Yikes.
Yeah, I watch for the origin stories. Because I honestly like the
villains.
the DC origin stories.
Yes. That's good enough reason as any. So favorite scene?
Probably when they're like attempting to figure out, okay, what is this rabbit and how do we kill it?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, like, in the trailer that they kept playing all week, I'm pretty sure they saw him blow it. I'm pretty sure I saw him blow it up. But that was probably just, like, editing of the actual scene to make it look better.
Yeah.
So that people watch it.
My favorite scene is Dean interrogating that kid Brock. He's like, yeah, just getting my buys on swole. And Dean's just looking, I'm like, what? What did you even say? Because I was having that same emotion.
I am offended by the teenagers in this episode.
Yeah.
I am offended by the poor quality of teenagers in this episode. And if you are a teenager and you are offended by the teenagers of the poor quality of this episode, please Twitter message me so we can be offended together.
Well, I don't even know. I feel like the writer's room, like, I know some of them have to have teenagers. Have to. It's just so weird. Anyway, let's see. Did you find any dialogue you like be seen besides the Who Framed Roger Rabbit reference?
Well, I actually like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, so.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, what don't I like, actually?
Yeah, go ahead. There's plenty not to like. For me.
Well, I didn't like Inside Out. I didn't like Frozen.
You got me at Frozen, but Inside Out? Aww.
So I've had to see an actual psychiatrist multiple times and know how emotions really work.
It's for kids.
I know. But I've been seeing a psychiatrist since I was 3. So that kind of killed that movie for me.
Sorry. Let's see. I think my favorite line has to be Killer Clown. You serious? Sam. No, Dean. I'm joking because clowns are really funny to me. I like how we got the Magic Emporium or whatever, Penny Whistle's Magic Emporium or whatever in the clip, and I'm like, we're getting clowns, but not really.
Yeah.
That glitter scene just cracks me up every time. I have that
joke. Yeah. You look like a PCP crazed stripper.
Yes. Now that was a good filler episode where you didn't know what the heck was going on. It opens with the unicorn farting rainbows. Honestly, I think cold opens for Supernatural peaked.
Yes, and I just like unicorns.
Yes, that was awesome.
I don't know how I like creepy stuff and Supernatural and unicorns, but I do.
Yeah. Okay. Grade
4.
out of 10.
Yes.
Just checking. Oh, okay. I gave it a 6 because it's still not the worst episode of Supernatural.
Yeah, there is worse.
It's in the top 10. Don't get me wrong.
What saddens me is that there is worse.
Yes, that is the real crying shame. Okay, so that is all done. Do you have any fanfic or fan art you want to let the people know about?
Well, it sort of counts because it was like the characters, their personalities are kind of based off of Supernatural, but it's basically like them in a completely different surroundings.
Okay.
It's the webcomic Eidolon. The characters, the 4 main characters are Cassandra, Samantha, Deanna, and Benny ending with an I. And if you cannot guess who those people are based off of, then what the heck are you doing listening to this?
Okay, that's awesome. Where can they find it?
Well, it actually has its own website. I will send you a link to that.
Very cool.
Actually, right now. Also, I feel bad because I'm using my phone while I'm podcasting.
That's all right. That's what everybody does now. That's the thing these days. I think the one I want to share is something off of fanfiction.net. It is called Supernatural One Shots, Stories from the Underground, and it's by Florida's Bluest Angels. There's just a bunch of different one shots that are really fun. The first one's called Putting Dean's Words to Rest. They're just really cute. And I can tell these are like prompts from Tumblr. Go ahead.
Eidolon gets a 15 plus rating.
Okay.
Yes, I would just like to say contains some mature content, but overall really good. If you are one of the underage people who listens to this, might want to ask your parents before you read this one.
Okay.
But if they say yes, it's really good.
Awesome. So yeah, there you go. We will put the links in the show notes as well as on the Facebook. So yeah, didn't really see any artwork that jumped out at me, but there's always so much to dig through that I just like. If it's not in the first 20, it probably is not going to happen for me that week. So that's just how that goes. But if you are a fan artist or a fanfic writer for Supernatural stuff, please do send it to the Winchester Report at gmail.com. We would love to feature you here on our lovely podcast. So speaking of shameless plugs and self-promotion, let's do it.
Tweet me or Twitter message me because I have it set so that anyone can message me, which I really should change because I keep getting promotions from people who I don't want, at Queer Llamacorn. Find me on Wattpad at Queen of Swoos. Find me on Tumblr at Mythical Pansexual 22. Because I don't know why, but I made that my URL. Probably because people believe that we don't exist.
That's a perfect Tumblr URL, honestly.
Yes, and on Instagram I am Jolly Twitter Girl 81.
Well, you can find this podcast on Twitter at the Winchester Report without the T. And you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/the Winchester Report. And what else? I've already said our email, but one more time, you can send in your thoughts and feelings on the episode to the Winchester Report at gmail.com. And it is the giving season. So if you are in a giving mood, please head over to iTunes to rate, review, and subscribe. Please don't stream because that does not count. Only downloading and subscribing the episode actually helps us move up the charts. So if you could do that for us, that would be greatly appreciated. And while you're there, please be sure to type in Southgate Media Group into the little search bar if you are interested in checking out our provider page, which shows you all the hottest trending shows and episodes that are in the network at the moment. Speaking of that, if you are in the market for nearly any podcast for any show or topic, please head over to www.
Except Scorpion! I'm serious. I like my favorite show, because Supernatural is actually my second favorite show, is the one show that we don't have a podcast about. I'm seriously gonna have to address that with Rob.
Yeah, you should. You should totally do a podcast about Scorpion. I don't even think I know there is probably like tons, but maybe not. Anyway, yeah, head over to www.southgatemediagroup.com and check out our 80 plus and always growing list of podcasts. We cover everything from anime to wrestling. And if you're upset about Scorpion, feel free to send an email to southgatemediagroup@gmail.com saying you want a Scorpion podcast.
Yes, that would very much help my claim.
So, this is Lilith.
And this is Jenny.
And this is the Winchester Report signing off.